17 Robert Pattinsons. You got to at least double it for me.
Double it and give it to the next Mickey.
Double it and give it to the next Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah, exactly. Mickey 17. This one was and okay. Well, first off, this full-time movie fans. Usually, I'm like 5 or 6 minutes in before.
Yeah, it's true.
I introduce channel, so we'll do.
It's because I took like 30 extra minutes to do the setup today, and so Jarvis is like ready to go.
I'm ready to go. But this full-time movie fam actually.
Yeah, full-time movie. Oh no,
for this,
for this
session, for this recording, we're doing a full-time movie fam session, and part of family is loving yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're the hosts.
We are the hosts,
and you are
Michael 1,
and I'm Jarvis 13. Yeah.
I can't see myself for the first time, and it's unnerving me. How am I supposed to preen myself between cuts?
Yeah. So so guys, if you like I said, if you're one of the subscribers that I beg to subscribe to the channel, hopefully you're here watching, and
it's a real grassroots campaign over here.
Yeah. Help us out even further. Sorry to keep asking, but like having if you could throw a like on the video if you're going to watch it, I would really appreciate it. That would help us out. Because usually it's just us liking the videos.
Yeah. This is also going to be an auditory nightmare, and I'm not going to explain why, but if you are watching and not listening, it'll be very obvious.
Right.
But I'm not going to explain any further.
Yeah, you should notice. You should know. But
and no, we didn't just paint a wall.
Yes.
That would be crazy. Yeah, we painted it and just took everything down and called it a day.
Yeah, it's weird. That
would have been nuts.
Yeah, and it's not just a new episode. There's a lot of new stuff happening.
What's funny is that Steven still basically has this set up over there.
Yeah.
We could have just gone over there.
Oh man, I'm gonna miss that guy.
Yeah, rest in peace.
May he rest in peace.
He would have loved Full-Time Movie Fans season
so
2.5.
Hopefully he'll check it out on the YouTubes and watch it.
Wherever he is.
Yeah, wherever he is in the,
whichever part of the multiverse he's a part of now.
Yeah.
He's part of the Full-Time Movie Fan cinematic universe.
There we go.
So he'll get his own spin-off movie at some point.
I think that's going to be a fan favorite.
Oh, for sure.
Full-time movie fan
tearjerker.
Yeah, we love Steven. But yeah, so getting into it, this is Mickey 17, but this is, what's his name? You said
Bong Joon-ho?
Yeah, I don't want to mess it up. Even though he's Korean, I
have no idea how to say it, and I'm saying it with all sincerity, hoping that I'm correct.
Yeah, I hope you're correct too. I feel like I should have a grasp on it because he's Korean and I'm Korean.
I will save you. I'll save you on this one, and I'll just say it.
Yeah. so
I have an excuse this time. You don't.
Yeah. If you don't know, and that name doesn't ring any bells for you, he also did Parasite, which won.
And Snowpiercer. Everyone forgets about Snowpiercer.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. He did that one? The one with the movie? With Chris Evans?
The one with the movie?
Because they made a TV show.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yes. He's done Snowpiercer, Okja, I don't know what that one is. Mother.
I hate Mother.
Parasite.
I hate mine too. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, whoa.
I don't.
Yeah, you can't say that anymore.
Yeah, right. I don't think she watched this, but
The Host, he did that one too.
Yeah, so so basically, guys, he's a Korean director who has done. I didn't know that he had done Snowpiercer with Chris Evans. It's actually a pretty good movie. I liked it.
It's weird.
It's weird, but it's very good.
That's his thing.
Post-apocalyptic type situation.
He really likes that.
Social structure.
The one time he didn't do it was Parasite, and everyone was like, "Whoa, this is crazy," and he's like, yeah.
But he still deals with like class and social structure and stuff like that.
They all are.
Yes.
Which is his thing.
Snowpiercer. Yeah. And so Parasite, which won Best Picture, what?
2019?
Yeah, I was going to say, was that? No, so that's
6 years.
6 years ago? Wow.
Time flies when you're...
Yeah.
Well.
When you're Bong Joon-hoing.
Well.
Whatever. So, anyways, yeah, this is Mickey 17, based off a book
Called Mickey 7.
Mickey 7.
Yeah,
Yeah, 17 just sounds better.
it does.
So, yeah, this is based off a book. I've never read the book. Have you read the book?
No, I looked it up and I saw it in Barnes and Noble the other day, and I did not buy it because I kind of got the gist
From watching the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I do feel like we're getting into the review now. This is how this is happening. I do feel like they, and this without reading the book, I feel like they took an idea that was meant to be super serious and kind of satirized it. Do you feel like that too? Where like they didn't take the idea too seriously? Like people were making jokes and like were caricatures of people instead of actually people.
For sure. On that, I agree with you.
Like the only character that I feel was earnest in this movie was Robert Pattinson's character, Mickey 17.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
And
well, any time that he was there. But
What's
no,
her name?
I do not feel like she
What
was
her name?
like a real character at all. Her name
I thought she was awesome, though. I thought she was a badass. Like, she was awesome.
Hello? What's her name?
So,
Naja. Her name
that's
is
her character's
Naja.
name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nasha. But I knew someone in high school named Naja, said the same way, spelled Naja.
Oh.
It was nausea, like the feeling of being nauseous.
No, it is a common name that has many different spellings. And it's
Interesting.
not nausea, it's
The more you know.
nausea.
Yeah, so
nausea
what
in
was your
this
first
case.
impressions?
I had a good time with it. I would not say this is I think the thing that I said to Sybil while we were coming back from the movie theater is that this is, I don't think it's his best work, but I can tell that they had a like fun time with it. And to be honest, when you've like peaked at some point, you okay? You itchy? Sorry, Millie's next to me. When you peak at some point, like with a movie, people always anticipate that like the next one's going to be better and the next one's going to be better. And it's like, that's a lot of pressure.
That is
So as long as you're having like a good time, you're telling good stories and whatever.
Yeah, you could.
This one might have been like a little bit too much fun because it's like, I know your big thing is like, what's the point? Which you're right.
Yeah.
What is the point? Because the point feels very forced to me in the end, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It needed some more stuff. It's raining now.
Yeah.
They don't appreciate life. You have to appreciate life. Was kind of
Yeah. I think the original premise
The
is
value of
you
life.
have to value life, but they also wanted to put in there that you have to believe in yourself and love you for who you are, and also not be a dictator, and also protect the environment and the local wildlife. And Millie's trying to find a place to hide now. There's plenty of places to hide in the house, puppy. You can go hide in the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go in the closet. Okay.
Yeah. What I was gonna say was I think Marvel would attest to a lot about that once you make some good movies, that the expectations just keep getting higher and higher.
Right.
So, which
Except you
again,
don't have to like crash and burn to try to build back again.
Yeah.
Like Marvel does.
But they've had harsher criticism than maybe they deserved. But at the same time, I was pretty harsh on them on Brave New World.
You were.
Well, I mean, like I said, I saw somebody commented on it. And they said that my take was it's just a Hulk movie, and well, that's because
I
that
wonder
whole
who said
story
that.
is a Hulk story, but they just changed it to
Sybil's take recently,
Yeah.
as I think probably one of the best takes that I've heard, which was they should have not put Red Hulk in the trailer.
Yeah, for sure.
They should have just let it be a like treat for people who watched it. So
Yeah.
because then the word of mouth would have been, "Oh, dude, you need to go see it." There's a crazy thing that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
That would have been a much more fun way to do it.
Do you know why I think they put the Red Hulk in the trailers?
They wanted people to go see the movie.
Well, because I think they were worried that people weren't going to go see the movie just based off of Sam
reshoots.
Wilson. Yeah, I mean, just Sam Wilson as Captain America was enough to sell it. They're like, oh, we've got to show them Red Hulk so that they'll want to go see it.
Yeah.
I don't think that they had confidence in another Captain America movie without Chris Evans. That's what I think, but whatever.
So what was
who knows?
your take on Mickey 17?
My take on Mickey 17,
Your first impressions.
It was fun and entertaining for sure. Like, I had a good time. I enjoyed watching it. I did struggle to find. I was like, what? Like, to me, the story didn't seem linear. Mm-hmm. Like, I was trying to figure out what I'm supposed to really attached to story wise. Like, I'm watching this guy. He's dealing with being cloned after dying a lot.
Yeah.
There's some other characters that are kind of around, like what his friend, quote unquote, Stephen Yeun's character was kind of in and out.
Yeah, I didn't like him either.
Yeah, and then I was just kind of
there was no redeeming quality about his friend either.
He was really not a good friend at all, not even a little bit. But then it's just kind of like, okay, so I'm following this story with him, and then all of a sudden I feel like it just turns into we've got to save the native creatures on the new planet they're at. So I was just kind of like, I don't know. I was just kind of like, I don't know.
The whole thing felt very rushed. Like, the beginning of it was a lot of background and story building and world building.
Yeah.
And then at some point it's just like, okay, you get it now. Now here's him not believing in himself and like a weird Big Brother version of himself, and also the an uprising within everybody in the colony, and also all of the little animals that we've been hinting at are now doing a bunch of stuff, and it all just happens at the same time.
Yeah, like, I wonder if I would have liked it more if we actually got to spend more time with some of the previous Mickeys. Yeah, and like there was like different situations that he had to learn.
Yeah, and they did also just like offhand be like, yeah, the other Mickeys have like different personalities.
They got very quick, and we didn't really get to spend time.
And I was
them.
like, well, how different could they be? And then 18 shows up, and I'm like, oh, he's kind of a dick.
Yeah, he's very different. He's very different.
So that's
than a 17-year-old version or
that's
17th version.
Yeah, 17-year-old version.
17th.
Each one's the new
version.
age.
Yeah. So yeah, it was definitely fun. I definitely. It wasn't. Man, what was I? Love Hurts.
Yeah, it wasn't Love Hurts levels of, oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of like, man, maybe I shouldn't have spent the money to come see this in the theater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as we said, we love Ki Kwan and we want him to be successful. So.
Just like we love Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Do you like Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, I think he's great, dude.
Every time that I see him in a movie, he is a completely different person. Yeah. And I think that's fucking awesome.
I really like his version of the new Batman as well, the Batman that he's doing.
I have not seen it, but...
Oh, man. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've seen...
You should watch it.
Man, I don't even know what Robert Pattinson movies I have seen. Besides Twilight
I can tell you what,
Mickey 17 off the top of my head.
I have not seen Twilight. That is not my style.
Oh, no. Don't put it in the comments. Don't put it in the comments to watch all 3 Twilight movies. Whoa, there she is. Reaching to get her phone.
Comments, where are they?
Yeah, that's
so that's your
first
thing?
impression is good. It's fun and entertaining for sure.
What about Mark Ruffalo?
I love Mark Ruffalo. I think he's great. His characters turned up to 11 for sure.
So, did you see that interview that he did? Where he was like, "Yeah, we shot this 3 years ago," and at the time I was like, "We might be a little too over the top."
Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah,
but it was. Oh, and then also let's not forget that. Dude, what's her name?
Don't worry, I'll find it.
Because she is like...
Who are you talking about?
Incredible actress. Ruffalo's wife in the movie.
Oh, God.
She's so good.
She is so good because I fucking hate her. She is...
I feel like she should be further up.
Toni Collette?
Yes, Toni Collette, dude. She is an incredible actress, dude. Yeah, she's also in Knives Out. She is
in Hereditary.
She's also in Knives Out. She's in a lot of stuff, but her acting ability is at the highest levels. I think she's insanely good.
I'm looking at all the things she's
Toni
been
Collette
in.
is one of those actresses that when you see her name, it's like, oh, this is something that maybe I should watch it.
Yeah.
Like she's one of those ones that you
and
watch
not
just
Steven
because she's in
Yeun.
it.
You don't like Steven Yeun?
I
that
do
much?
like Steven Yeun.
Just not in this movie.
Um,
Well, just not his character
his
in this
character,
movie.
right? Yeah,
I think he plays it really well.
Yeah,
it's
because
just,
if you don't like the character, you're like, yeah,
dude, his
they did a good
character
job.
is such an asshole.
Walking Dead, right?
Yes, he's The
Yes.
Walking Dead.
yes. He
He's
also
the reason you stopped watching
he
it.
also.
That was crazy.
Oh, I heard a lot
Oh.
of, yeah.
I
I heard
haven't-
a lot
I
of
don't
people
know.
were very upset about.
I was
his
not
death.
a Walking Dead fan. My dad was.
Yeah, I wasn't either. But also he voices Invincible and
He is invincible.
yeah.
Which we've also been catching up on. And have you watched it? Have you watched season 3?
I'm caught up.
Nothing is as good as the first and last episode of season 1. We're on episode 3 of season 3.
Yeah.
I've yet to have an episode besides episode 1 and the season finale of season 1
Yeah.
that have been so good.
Yeah, dude, we were talking earlier about it. Guys, help us out. We definitely want to like do more stuff with the channel,
Yeah.
but maybe
We'll put that on full-time anime fans.
or TV fans.
It's
where we can do
American
TV
anime.
series. Animation is what we call it, I guess.
Full-time anime and then in parentheses shin.
Dude, well, we're gonna have
fans.
to do animation / TV so that we could do Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Full-time The Office fans. And then we'll both watch The
I feel like
Office
I'm
for
gonna
the
make
first
you.
time.
Oh no, I've seen The Office
Oh,
many
no.
times, but I think what
me,
I
I'm
want
the
you to
problem.
watch too, even more than that, is Parks and Rec because I love Parks and Rec.
You've said this before.
Yeah, I like it a little bit better than The Office, the characters. But anyways, we're not talking about The Office. We're not talking about Parks and Rec. We're talking
No.
about Mickey 17.
Drivers and I haven't seen each other since the move.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the painting the wall.
Yeah.
It's raining and Millie's in the corner like a shelter dog right now. You're fine. Everything's fine. All right, so here's the plot to Mickey 17 from top to bottom. I do not anticipate that you're going to interrupt me too many times on this one just
I
because
probably will.
it's a lot of filler.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of filler. It's just a lot of like repeating the same thing multiple times. So we got this guy. His name's Mickey Barnes, and he's got a really bad friend named Timo,
Played by Steven Yeun.
played by Steven Yeun. And Timo and him open up a macaroon store, and they get into a lot of debt to do so.
Yeah, he convinces them macaroons are where it's at. It's
Yeah,
gonna be bigger.
it's not
than
burgers.
It's gonna be bigger than
it's
burgers.
macaroons. Yeah, and so they like a way too much money loan from some really really sadistic dude who likes to brutally kill the people that don't pay back their loans because he's got too much money. So the money doesn't really matter to him anyway.
Yeah, I think they made a point that he just likes to torture the people who don't
Yeah.
pay him back. He gets more enjoyment out of that than anything else.
Right. Yeah.
Like he doesn't care about the money.
No.
What he loves is torturing people
Yes.
who don't pay him back.
Which is why he loans people the money.
Kind of like that one guy who says that if you steal from me, you die. Remember
Yeah,
that
that's
guy?
the rule.
Yeah, that's the rule. There's
You
one
steal
rule.
from me, you die.
Also,
Oh, man.
also,
What a movie.
Mickey learns that man running
Running
ain't living.
Running ain't living. So everything's just love hurts, basically.
but better, but better.
So
There's no Russians though.
So Mickey and Timo, there are no Russians. You're correct. So Mickey and Timo get threatened basically that if they don't pay back the money, they're going to be brutally murdered. And because they can't pay back the money, they both decide that they're going to try to get a job on this new intergalactic odyssey
Yeah, colonization type
to
thing.
go to what was it called? What's the world?
that they're going to. I cannot remember.
Oh man, where is it? It's
But
they
it's,
say it so many times.
but it's like it's like I don't know. I guess there've been a few movies like that. I guess even Interstellar's
tell me.
technically kind of like that. Passengers with Chris Pratt and
Yeah,
it's just about finding a new place to live.
yeah, or
Basically.
downsizing.
Oh yeah. I've seen it. Yeah, I remember that one.
I saw one of those weird TikTok summaries, the AI summary videos about it. Have you seen those before? Where they pop
No.
up and they're like, this person gets a job on an intergalactic spaceship, and his job is to do
Oh, I think
things
I
where
have-
he dies multiple times. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I have seen.
they're
one or two of
weird,
those.
and they're like 5-minute summaries that show you clips of the movie. Very odd thing. Anyways, so Mickey realizes that he has nothing going for him really, and everybody wants to get off of the Earth because of some stuff happening on Earth. And
I'd like to get off Earth.
fair enough. And there's this politician that failed to get reelected. That is failed to get reelected 3 times. Who is taking these people to this new planet to go colonize on the new planet and make one pure race. We're not going to talk about that too much. His name's Kenneth something.
Copeland?
No, not that one. Probably that one.
I mean, I feel like he's got a lot in common with
Kenneth Marshall.
Yeah.
Played by Mark Ruffalo. And Timo gets a job as some pilot because, of course, he gets a pilot's license like so quickly for some reason. That's even pointed out. And the only way that Mickey can think of to get a job is to sign up as an expendable, which is this like weird scientific thing that happened recently.
He's literally the only person to ever sign up to that because I don't think there's anybody else.
No,
so it was
there isn't.
Yeah, it was like shocking. They were just like,
yeah.
What?
No, he didn't. He kind of had an idea of what it meant. He just didn't know. He didn't think about the ramifications of the process.
It's hard to.
Basically, they copy your body, and then when you die, they upload your memories into another like 3D printed version of yourself.
But it's hard to even like you can't fathom what that experience is going to be like.
No.
So you're basically signing up for something that you have no idea.
Yeah,
what.
There's no way to
even the
understand
words they tell you, it's not something that just knowing what it is.
Yeah.
Equates to like experiencing it. So
right.
But you do get the sense that he doesn't think too highly of himself.
No, but you also get the dramatic irony immediately that he's running away from dying by signing up to die.
Yeah.
So that's also funny.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, this is a weird premise in the first place, but dramatically funny.
I mean, technically, he's living more than anybody else.
Yeah, he can't not die.
Yeah. So
and he can't die.
Yeah, he's almost made himself invincible.
I should, Michael of the future. Please remember to put the title card for Invincible in right there.
Because we got
stupid.
I know,
stupid.
I know,
but I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Watch, I'm gonna forget, and then it's just gonna happen.
I'll try to remind you, or put a note before we record our next one. To remind yourself about the Invincible.
We should do that. Put it in the comments. Remind me. So
put it in the comments.
So they go off on the spaceship. Mickey gets all of the stuff done that he needs to get done to start the process, and then he has to shoot himself in the head with a gun. And that's kind of where we leave off the first part of the story.
You're talking about he's like in that
they said
trench.
This is the last thing. No, they said this is the last thing that you have to do to fully onboard.
Oh yeah, the girl, and he was like, oh, she's kind of cute.
Yeah, she smells nice.
And then she was like,
kill yourself.
Yeah, she's like, I really don't care about you, but you need to do this.
Yeah. Basically.
Does he do it or does she do it?
He does do it.
Oh, okay.
He does do it.
I forget it. She didn't end up just pulling the trigger for him.
So then we get to what happened. No, because it comes back to it like twice. So on the spaceship, Mickey doesn't really get along with anybody, but this one girl immediately is like, hey, you're cute. We're gonna be together forever.
It's the whole scene where they see each other across the mess hall.
Yeah,
lock eyes, and then she's like,
her name's Naja. She's a cop.
Yeah, she's like, you want to sit over here? And he's like, yeah, because I'm not sitting with anybody else I know.
Yeah, and at the same time that's happening, Kenneth Marshall makes a proclamation that to conserve energy because they don't have a lot of food supply. No one's allowed to have sex ever. Not until they get to
and then
the
you
planet,
can go crazy.
And then they're going to launch the largest sex campaign anyone's ever heard of. These are actual things that are said in the movie, just so you know. I'm not just saying things like I do to my wife when I read books.
And then it immediately cuts to Mickey and Nasha like
making up
not
positions,
not saving up energy.
No, not at all. And then Mickey gets sent for testing and dies multiple times. But he likes Naja because she's there for at least the testing ones to like be by his side.
Yeah, you know one thing that I really truly loved.
What?
I loved that she loved him, like really, and we see that later on.
Yeah.
How she wasn't just like, oh, when he came back, she's like, oh, I'm so glad you're back. I missed you. Like, no, while like he was like suffering, actually like before he was dying, like, she was with him, holding his hand. Which is like, I was like, holy.
Yeah.
Like,
but there's like weird things that happen. Why is it having issues?
Going frame by frame almost.
Oh, that happens sometimes. You just let Jarvis be low frame rate.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
We're in the weird in between realm of seasons, so it can be a little scuffed.
Yeah. All 20 of our viewers will be
true. Yeah, the people who are watching aren't gonna have a problem.
Yeah, they'll be okay with it, I think.
Yeah, but it was weird that they had a couple of like off scenes or like lines where it was like, oh, like they're not like really in love with each other, but they are, but they're not, you know?
Yeah.
That by the end of it, I don't really feel like it was necessary to have those because it didn't amount to anything. Where, you know, like where that other girl showed up and he was like, oh, she's kind of cute, but it didn't amount to anything.
Oh, yeah, that was another, yeah. Okay, we'll get there. But yeah, I also felt like, I was like, what was the point of her? Like, she didn't have to be in the story at all.
Or him being like, oh, she's going off with the other Mickey. Oh, she doesn't actually love me or whatever, and then it doesn't amount to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a little.
Yeah, she was not necessary for the story, I don't think.
No. Hello? All right. So yeah, they get together. Mikey dies a few times, and then they get to the ice planet where the barbarians are. That's a book joke for some of you book girlies out there. You'll know what I'm talking about. My wife's one of them. Have you heard about?
If you're a book girly and you got that reference, put a like on the video.
Have you heard of Ice Planet Barbarians? You should look it up later. You'll love it. You should look it up. You'll love it.
Should I look it up?
Yeah. Yeah, I should send the TikTok I showed you today. And Mickey and a couple other people have to go explore the planet just a little bit to make sure that it's... Well, actually, Mickey has to go out first by himself to make sure that it's safe. It's not. So they send him out a couple more times to make the air safe and find like a vaccine that'll make the air safe for everyone to breathe. And then they go on a little expedition on the outside.
And then they go.
Where they go into some ice caves, and they go, yep, it's full of ice. And, oh, no, weird little alien creature. Everyone, get away from that.
Well, I think at first, I think then it goes to that scene where he's kind of like in the ice trench about to die by one of those creatures.
Well, that's why I skipped it, because it just comes back to it.
Okay.
Because it's going to happen. Jarvis, don't spoil a thing that's happened twice in the movie before this pops up. It's literally the first scene. Anyways, they find the little weird creature, and everyone's like, get away from it. And then one of the women takes their gun and starts shooting wildly at the ice to try to shoot it. And then she gets crushed by the ice.
Yeah.
A
fertile woman that is very valuable.
Yeah, a very valuable fertile woman, as Kenneth Marshall would say.
Yeah, he was very upset about that.
Very upset about it. But Mickey also got stuck in the cave collapse and falls. That's when this happens, right? I believe that's when this happens. Anyone going to correct me? No? Okay, great.
Correct him in the
comments. So either way, it happens. And Mickey falls down and gets hurt, and his friend comes to collect his flamethrower.
Yeah. He's like, oh, this one's barely.
He's like, oh, so nice. And Mickey's like, oh, you can save me. This is great. And he says, ooh, see, it's a little dangerous to go that far, but you were just gonna die anyway, so like, you're fine with me leaving you, right? And Mickey's like, yeah, no, I get it, man. It's fine. which is what we open with in the movie, which is crazy, but like gets the point across. And then the monsters, the aliens, but not the aliens, the natives.
Whatever creatures are.
The creatures,
like, aren't they like buffalo roly polies or something?
They're really cool, actually. I like them.
I feel like they're like buffalo type.
Yeah.
Roly poly characters.
Yeah. You ever watched Roly Poly Oly as a kid?
No, I heard about it.
Anyways, so they show up, and he's like, "Great, I'm gonna get eaten by these little roly poly things," and they drag him out of the cave and basically wave him goodbye. And he goes, "Why won't you eat me? I'm good meat."
Oh yeah,
I'm good meat.
That didn't really help with his self-esteem.
No,
in that moment, even though they saved him, he was like, "Oh, I'm not good enough for you. I'm pretty tasty. Why don't you just eat me?" That's such a funny thing to hear somebody say.
So he ends up walking all the way back to the spaceship and goes back to his room and lays down. And in his bed is another Mickey. It's Mickey 18. And now there's an ethical problem because there's two of them at the same time. And
it's a big no-no.
The way that the world government back at home dictated is that one body for one soul is what they said, and any instance of multiples means that both of them have to die because of some dude that went crazy. The dude who created the technology, he multiplied himself.
Yeah, too many of himself.
6
and they
times.
were doing some shady things, some bad things.
And he started murdering hobos. Which isn't me saying that they're hobos. That's what the movie calls them. But that's what that's what he was doing. Is he called it murdering hobos?
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. That's a kind of a backwards way of solving the problem. So solve the problem by doing the opposite thing. Think about it. I'm not going to say it. I'll just say, by the end of the movie, they do what I'm thinking about.
Yes, they do.
Anyways, where was I? Yeah, so they get in a fight. They get in a drag out fight about who's going to live. Mickey 17's argument is that 18 should die because if 17 dies, there's nothing that continues him being him. The him that exists just doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. And 18 can just die because he shouldn't have existed in the first place. Yeah. And 18... I
kind of agree with that.
Which I also, like, fundamentally I agree with. But 18 is also kind of an asshole.
He's just a little bit more rude and aggressive. And
so any selfish thing that he's decided is what's going to happen. And that's how they fight. Do you want to come up here? Is that what's happening? Special guest star today, everybody. Millie. Millie, what did you think of Mickey 17? It is raining. You are correct. Said Jarvis saved me from the rain. This is a crazy special guest appearance.
Yeah. This is more exciting than having Steven on the show.
It's true. Millie actually has a lot of opinions about Mickey 17, but we'll wait to hear them.
She's like, more Mickeys to give me more treats.
While the Mickeys are fighting over who goes into the incinerator, Timo shows up and is apparently a drug dealer, selling literal fuel cartridges to people.
Yeah, which is literally the most unsurprising thing considering his character. He's kind of a
And so Mickey 18 is like, we should kill him. I'm going to kill him. And tries to kill Timo, and then some other people show up and they're like, what's happening? He goes, oh, Timo fell into the incinerator. I'm just trying to get him out. You tell anybody about this, I will murder you.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
Mickey 17 would never.
And then Naja shows up and they go back to his room. But then as Mickey 17 is following them back to the room, guess who won a special dinner guest spot with Kenneth Marshall?
Yeah.
But Mickey.
Yeah,
he
wins the dinner lottery.
Yeah, so he gets to go to dinner. And this is where I went to the bathroom. Actually, I went to the bathroom right here because I figured something. It was a good time, it felt like.
Yeah.
So Mickey goes to have dinner with Kenneth Marshall and his wife and a pretty girl.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Where Kenneth Marshall goes, hey, we want to invite you to our fertilization program where you get to bring on the next generation to our new worlds that we're colonizing, the pure worlds that we're colonizing.
Yeah.
And she goes, no.
Yeah, he's definitely giving off dictator vibes for sure.
And Mickey eats the food and goes, man, this sucks. The awful food is better than this.
Bro, I think if I remember, because Mickey gets a steak, but it does not look even
No,
slightly
it
cooked.
looks really bad.
It's raw.
Yeah.
And like there's
Just
it's very
straight
wet.
up raw.
It's like a wet raw steak.
Yeah.
It did not look good.
Like a piece of, like raw chicken? That's awful. That is actually foul. Yeah, I saw it for like a half second.
Yeah, it was whatever he was eating. It was better than I'm sure than what he was eating, but it still looked gross and not for humans.
Weird. Anyways, he eats it and then starts convulsing and throwing up everywhere. And the scientists come in and they go, "We're so sorry, your lordship." I don't know what they call him, supreme leader, whatever. We were doing a test on him, and this is what's happening with it.
They put something in his steak, in his food, or whatever it was.
We're so sorry, and they're like, "No, it's fine. Just, do you want us to use the other stuff we've been experimenting with?" Yeah, nice. Go for it. See, he's fine. No, he's not. He's not fine. Just put him out of his misery. Like, and then Kenneth Marshall tries to shoot Mickey on the carpet in their dinner room while all of this other stuff is happening.
I do think the girl saves him. I think
she does, and his wife goes, "No, don't shoot him here. Not on the nice rug." And then she pulls up the rug and she goes, "Okay, now shoot him." And then the
Marshall's wife,
yeah,
not
the nice
wife,
no.
or the nice girl. That's not the wife.
You're at such a good angle here, puppy. You want? That's for you.
And then me.
I like your little giggle over there. Millie's real stressed out about this. And so Mickey doesn't get killed, and she takes Mickey, the nice lady, I forget her name, Kai, thank you, takes Mickey back to her room where she trauma dumps on him and makes him tea.
And tries to seduce him.
And tries to seduce him.
She's got a crush
and then Mickey
on him.
goes, "I gotta go back to my room," and runs away.
I feel like he thought about it.
He did think about it for half a second.
But
to be honest, he should have. But
he loves his wife.
But there's two of him, so.
Hey.
What? I am married, and if there were two of you, I would also not share. Is that fair? That's fair. So Mickey goes back to the room, and Naja's like, "I was already told about there being two of you. I'm totally cool with this. Let's all make out together." And then Kai shows up, and
she's like, "I want one of them."
Yeah, and she's like, "I won't tell if you give me one of them." And Naja's like, "Absolutely not. I'm not going to do that." And then Mickey, 18, is watching Kenneth Marshall show off his cool big rock on the TV, and goes, "Someone should kill him." And grabs Naja's gun and tries to go and shoot Kenneth Marshall, and Kenneth Marshall instead almost gets attacked by an alien, and then does get attacked by an alien.
Yeah, they stole a piece of rock from outside and
it had an alien in it.
Yeah, it had one of those baby roly-poly bisons.
Had two of them.
Yeah,
had two.
There was two of them.
And
one of them
Kenneth Marshall got grazed by a bullet on his cheek.
From Mickey 18.
From Mickey 18. And in the chaos, nobody. They found. Is this where they figured out there was doubles? Yes. Yeah. And then they all figured out that there's multiples, and because they're kind of racist, a little weird. Kenneth Marshall's like, "Get rid of those scumbags." But now there's a lot of weird stuff happening, like the weird roly-poly buffalo are starting to circle the whole ship.
Yeah, because they know that the babies are in there.
And Kenneth Marshall says that they're at war now, and the Mickeys are supposed to be executed.
The Marshall's really trigger happy.
Yeah. Naja's also supposed to get killed or something. I'm skipping when they were in prison for a moment, and Naja was like, "Well, you could say that you saved him, and maybe one of y'all will not die." And they're like, "You're a little naive about this. They'll just kill us both immediately."
I thought that was a pretty... I felt like she came up with a good idea. It's like, oh,
It was
trying to
a good
protect
idea
you from the thing he saw
they just
coming.
didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
But then Timo shows up and he goes, "Hey man, I got a bounty hunter out for me. I need to record a video of me chainsawing you into 10 pieces, and they'll just bring you back out again." So it's like, this is not a big deal, right?
Yeah, he didn't care at all. He was not.
And Mickey 17 was like, "Yeah, man, I get it. It's fine." And 18 was like, "No, I'll do it. I want to do it. Let me do it." And then tries to kill Timo. And then they get found right before he kills Timo, and which is unfortunate. And they all get brought into the situation room where the Mickeys are supposed to get killed, and Naja is trying to defend the little baby that's also about to be thrown into an incinerator.
Yeah, they literally have it hooked. It's on a hook.
And Marshall's wife is a psychopath that cut off its tail and turned it into sauce, which was unnecessary.
So gross.
Unnecessary. I think
Try my sauce.
It made sense, but it's an unnecessary little bit.
And then they realize that we can communicate with these creatures, like we can translate their language.
And so they come up with a really fun idea where the Mickeys can go out and cut off the tails of a bunch of these little roly-poly rats, and the one who gets 100 of them first doesn't get exploded
for the sauce. Yeah, the other one dies.
Yeah. And so they send the Mickeys out, and the Mickeys instead go to the Big Mama one and go, "Hey, they're trying to kill you all." And she said, "Fucking do it then. Kill all of us, but we'll kill you first. We'll do it." And they're like, "What if we get the baby?" And she goes, "Even if you get the baby, one of you has to die." And they're like, "Honestly, fair. We'll do it."
Yeah, it is fair because one of them died.
They signal to Naja in the situation room to bring the baby somehow. The scientist.
It's one of the diagrams that they drew earlier about the sex positions.
Yeah,
he tells her which one.
The PR guy from for Kenneth Marshall is like, in war times, we got to go out and you got to go give like this epic speech about how you gave them the option to live, but they chose death instead. So we got to get you out there. And they take him out there. The cops arrest the wife because she's a psycho bitch that makes sauce out of literally anything, apparently, which honestly, red flag number one.
Because there were some good people on the ship, and they took over, and they're like, "Hey guys,"
and they're like, "We're gonna report you for literally all of this, because you're being bad people."
Yeah, stop making sauce out of weird stuff.
Naja goes and brings the baby to the Big Mama. The Big Mama's like, still someone has to die. Mickey 18 goes, time to say goodbye.
He's like, "Hey, watch this."
Literally, probably one of the coolest things that happened in the entire movie is he goes and hijacks the car, the thing,
the vehicle that they're on,
that Kenneth Marshall is on, gets everybody else off of it and just beats the shit out of Kenneth Marshall.
That was very so cathartic to watch. To watch him.
I love a good punch. We know this by now.
Yes.
If it's one thing I love in movies, it's a good punch in the face to the villain,
especially to someone who deserves it, which he did.
Yeah, for sure.
And Mickey 18 let him have it.
Yeah, and then Mickey 18 explodes the vehicle that they're on, and 17 goes, "So I guess we're even," and then everybody's fine. And that's it. And then they have this big ceremony to get rid of the multiples program. Mickey 17, who is now just Mickey, has nightmares about things that are out of his control. But what? You like the...
Orb's trying to turn off y'all's cam.
Orb, don't turn off the cameras. That's fucked up. So Mickey has nightmares, and he goes, every time that I get scared of something, I just think what Mickey 18 would do, and then I just do that. And they all live happily ever after
peacefully with the creatures of the planet.
The creatures that are just really nice.
The roly-poly buffaloes.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the movie.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything important?
No, because I would have jumped in and said it.
Sick.
I mean, I think that there's a lot to be said for, like, obviously, like, maybe mental health even, or like, loving yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they all just fall kind of short.
Yeah.
Or are like forced in there at the end.
Yeah, I don't feel like any one, like, hey, this is This is the through line. This is the meaning.
Yeah.
We're very like strongly held to.
It feels like the movie wanted to be like 30 minutes longer to like put some stuff towards the middle.
I think if I remember, Clint actually said that it went longer than it should have. He said, I felt like there was a spot where it ended and it should have just ended there.
No,
but
I
then
agree.
they like the movie kept going for longer, and I agreed with that.
No, I agree with that too. I think the problem was that they spent so much time trying to explain what was going on with the movie that they didn't establish the characters enough. And because they were all like caricatures of themselves, like the sauce thing makes a lot of sense. If you think about it, they don't have good food. What makes bad food good? Sauce.
Usually.
You make a bad steak, A1 steak sauce.
Yeah.
Saves it every time. That's the thing. And so she wasn't like some psychopath that was just making sauces. She was desperately actually trying to find something to make the food edible after almost 5 years of eating inedible food.
Well, I feel like they had nicer food than everybody else.
For sure.
Their food actually looked like food. I think everybody else just got kind of like slop.
Yeah. Yeah. Even like Naja didn't feel like a real character. She was just like, "Hey, we're here, and now there's 2 Mickeys, and we're having a lot of sex, and this is what it is." And then the end of the movie shows up, and it's like, "Hey, we actually are showing you things that are meaningful," and she like actually cares about Mickey. A little too late in the movie.
No,
for
I
you to
feel what
understand
you're saying because like when you think about it, it feels one sided. Like Mickey just loves.
We got so many animals now.
Oh.
They're everywhere.
Guys, this is Orb.
Yeah, there's Orb. Orb, what do you have to say about Mickey 17? Oh,
she liked it. Did she like it? But
it's good.
You're right. Like it seemed very one-sided with Mickey's just like, I will die 1,000,000 times for this woman. Like, I love her so much. She's the only person that gets me, that understands me, that cares for me. And like, and I get that, but it feels early on, it feels very just like one-sided with him.
Yeah.
But then at the end, we really see like, oh wow, their love was like legit real. Mm-hmm. And she loved him just as much as he loved her, which I did love that revelation though.
Yeah, me too.
To see it. I was like, oh man.
I just wish I had felt the character gave a shit earlier.
Yeah. I think a good part of it that we saw was her like on drugs. So maybe that wasn't the best representation of her anyways. But yeah. So yeah, I mean I thought it was pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Let's see if they have box office numbers on here yet. All right. We're playing the budget game. How much did it cost?
$112 million.
Okay. Sybil, do you have a guess?
Can I ask a question?
Sure, you can ask a clarifying question.
Do you happen to know how much Snowpiercer cost?
I can find out.
Yeah, can you find out before I make my guess?
Sure.
So I feel like it was more than Snowpiercer. And I don't want to say it was less.
Let me go look at Snowpiercer. You think it's less than Snowpiercer? Okay, more than Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer was... Drum roll.
I can't drum roll at one hand.
I can't find it quickly.
Okay. I'm going to guess 200 million.
Jarvis was the closest. It's 118. 118 million. What do you think it made? You said 112.
Oh man, that's probably the closest I've ever been.
What do you guys think it made its opening weekend?
Opening weekend
for the U.S. and Canada, not worldwide.
800 million. No, wait, 600 million.
600 million opening weekend. Okay.
Let's do 69 million.
69 million. You will both be very surprised that it made $19 million domestic box office opening weekend.
Is that good?
No, that's really bad. You usually on the opening weekend want to match the budget for the movie.
What's the box office numbers like as of right now?
Right now it's at 110. So it'll do fine.
Oh.
It's still got a few weeks.
Opening weekend. I didn't understand the question. I also
Yeah.
think 600 million would ever be the answer.
No, probably not for this movie. But yeah, that's it. I think it's a fun movie.
I agree.
And I also do not think it's reasonable to expect that anybody who's won an Oscar is going to have banger movies every single time.
Yeah, I mean, M. Night Shyamalan is proof of that.
Yeah. I mean, Steven Spielberg perfected the formula, in my opinion, is that he has movie theater bait and then Oscar bait, and he just switches off.
Yeah.
One of them makes so much money that it funds the Oscar bait movie that he really actually likes and cares about.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to Ready Player One, Ready Player Two.
Yeah.
It just makes a bunch of money.
It's pretty good. Pretty good
I think
idea.
that's a good way of doing it.
You know what? I feel like Jordan Peele is one that I feel like I said, I've said this before in an earlier review.
Mm-hmm.
Go check out the earlier reviews and figure out which one it was.
Yeah, you said Get Out.
Yeah, I said Get Out in that one a lot. No, but I feel like I don't feel like he's had a miss with his movies yet. I feel like there's some that people were just like, I don't like it as much as the other ones.
A lot of people said that Us was a big miss.
I don't think it was a miss at all. I thought it was really good.
That and Nope. People also, I think really
people didn't understand
Nope.
it. Yeah, I don't think they understood it. But
Nope was cool.
Yeah, it was very good.
Nope gave her nightmares.
Oh, that was the big old blanket monster.
Yeah.
It was the function.
Oh, yeah.
Inside of the big old blanket monster.
Yeah, how it ate the horses and the people.
So, Jarvis, where would you place Mickey 17 on our arbitrary rating system?
I would put it at. I'd say watch in theaters. I think you should go watch it. I think I would like it to be a little bit successful, make some money.
Yeah.
But I think it's just, like I said, I think it's just you keep your expectations where they should be. Okay.
Yeah. This isn't a Oscar award winning, you're going to cry at this movie.
Yeah. This is not an Oscar movie. It's not like a game changing movie like Everything Everywhere All at Once.
No.
It's not even like Parasite, which was such a crazy good commentary on class and how we interact, different classes interact with each other. I you know what, I think Snowpiercer to me was better than this one. But it's still a fun, entertaining movie.
Oh yeah.
So I'd say watching the movie theaters.
I would say for, if not anything other than Robert Pattinson's performance, watch it in theaters.
Yeah. He's really great. He's really great, guys.
Sybil says own it. Is it that for Robert Pattinson's performance? Okay. She said yeah.
Don't be the little weird. Do it.
Dude, that was I forgot about the when I think somebody else was beating up Timo or something. It's Mickey 18 in his little cell had drugs and just looked at him and went, "Do it." Really quick, and it was such a funny shot.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It is fun. It's very entertaining. So, yeah, man. Well, hey, that's Mickey 17.
That's all the time we got for today.
Yeah. So, thanks for hanging out with us. We hope your day is everything you dreamed to be and more. Don't forget to put a like and a subscription on. Hit us with one of those each, a like and a subscribe, right?
And maybe try out the new YouTube AI summary feature and ask what the summary of this video is, and put it in the comments so that I can see how accurate it is.
Yeah, tell us.
I did that earlier today, and it was like, Jarvis thinks that this movie wasn't very good, and I thought it was very funny.
Was that what your comment was?
Yeah, as I commented what the summary for the AI was.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a Hulk movie, but they just put Captain America in there.
Yeah.
Which makes it.
And they put the Hulk in this movie.
Right, but that makes me upset. That they wasted a Hulk story for a Captain America movie.
But now we know what Bruce Banner was up to during Brave New World. It was Mickey 17.
Yeah.
He was making sauce.
He was.
That's my outro.
Later, guys.
Sup? You know, you'd look cooler if you'd subscribed.
Your dad wouldn't be so disappointed in you if you subscribed.
Your friends would do it. Aren't you like them? Don't you want to be like your friends? Your friends would do it. Nah, you're too much of a wimp anyway.
Yeah,
you could watch a couple other videos though, if you were cool.
Yeah, you won't though. Should.